Hi, I'm Steve Frisbie from Steve's Auto Restorations here in Portland, Oregon. Today we're going to go over some of the basics of the art of lead work. So let's get started. All right, what we have here are some of the tools and some of the products used in lead work for sheet metal, steel, the body panels and sheet metal. On my left over here are some of the files that are used in lead work. You can see we've got a flat file here for flat surfaces. We also have a curved file that'll go into contours and rough and shape contours after the lead has been laid. We even have small files that we use just by hand to get into tight corners and tight crevices. These particular handles are made out of a hardwood, like a maple. This is an adjustable file that can be bought. What happens when you turn this knob, it causes an arc or a concave or a convex surface in the file itself. I don't particularly care for this file because they're heavy and they're bulky. I like to use the wood files because they're a lot lighter. Here's a real unique file that I don't think you can even get anymore, and Eastwood Company used to offer this file for sale, but I'm not sure that it's available anymore. And here's an old school file that I probably picked up at a swap meet or something, but it's taken a blade and curved a blade, and then it's got a holder. Real crude, not used very often, but occasionally there's a place to use a file like this. The file blades themselves are very expensive. They're anywhere from $15 to $20 a piece. And when they get dull, there's a company that we send our files to, and they get sharpened through an acid etching process. So we can get, 4, 5, 6 lifespans out of one single file, which is real cost effective as opposed to throwing away a $20 file when it's not sharp anymore. This is a cake of beeswax. This is normal honeybee beeswax, not killer bee beeswax, but just honeybee beeswax. This is used on the maple paddles, and I'll show you that later. And what it does is it keeps the hot lead from sticking to the paddles and burning your paddles away. This is what's called round bar. This is a 30-70 body solder, 30% tin, 70% lead. And this is what's called a tri-bar for obvious reasons, the triangular shape of the bar. This is also a 30-70 content. I prefer the round bar because when I'm laying lead, I like to lay a lot of lead at a time, and these particular tri-bars are lighter weight and they're smaller diameter. These are the paddles that we use, and obviously you can tell which paddles are my favorite ones because they're half burned away. But these are made normally out of maple, out of a hardwood that doesn't burn easily. And we put the beeswax on these paddles, and you can see they're caked up with beeswax now, but it keeps the lead from sticking to the paddle and burning the paddle. They usually get burnt like this from crossing them in front of the flame accidentally. Here we have hydrochloric acid. And obviously you want to be very careful when you use this. You don't want to get it on your skin, and you don't want to breathe the fumes as the acid's being heated to tin your surface. I use a stainless steel wire brush with the hydrochloric acid to tin, and after you're done with your lead work, I rinse off the whole area with a solution of water and baking soda. And what this does is it neutralizes the hydrochloric acid which has been deposited in around your work area on your sheet metal. And you won't see this at the end of the day when you're done with your lead work, but the next day you come in, your sheet metal will be rusty all around your leaded area. So you can stop that rust by neutralizing it before you go home at night. When I'm tinning my lead, I also just use a clean cloth to do my wipe on my tin process, and we'll show that to you later.